Hello, welcome to my channel and videos. I hope you are well. Yes, what does the person in your mind feel or think? Let's start the opening after shuffling our cards a little bit. Yes. What does the person in my mind feel or think? Let's take a look, friends. What does the person in your mind feel or think? Yes, friends, we said what does the person in your mind feel or think? The person in your mind says, I am. He says, I am. We are in our comfort zone. I am very comfortable. He says, I am in a good mood. Look, the 9 of hearts came out. The cup, the 10 cup. Hidden behind the curtain. So, he hid his biggest wish and desire. But there is a person in our mind who gives an image like this. Friends, he gives an image like this in his comfort zone. He says I'm very good, but right next to him look, there is a sword full of swords, and next to him there is an 8 of wands. Friends, look, it looks like this, but the person is experiencing sleeplessness. At night it is a very big regret while experiencing this regret, deep sadness. Although Yasar says snow as an image, in fact, there is a person in our mind who is never comfortable at heart and is experiencing sleeplessness at night. Friends, he says I regret it very much. Because what was the 8 of wands here telling about? It tells about events that develop rapidly at once, friends. Look at all of a sudden fast news, fast events come one after another, arrows or many events that can develop one after another. I will talk about the 8 of wands is a miracle card. This is also the greatest desire and wish. This is the same, friends. Let's see the opening. Let's continue. On the one hand, it shows itself like this. On the other hand, there is a person in our mind who is experiencing sleeplessness at night with a mask on his face, and instead of the brain, there is a person in our mind. Yes. Here the person in our mind is facing this way. Let the power be in his hands. He is facing his queen and there is no emotion here, but he is trying to show himself well with love, affection, beautiful feelings, beautiful words. He is facing the queen of talisman. There is a person in our mind, friends, right in the center. His face is turned here. On the other hand, look. He is stuck on the sidelines with naive energies. He does not know what to do. Should I do it like this? Should I do it like this? There is a lot of confusion. There is a person in our mind, friends. There is a lot of energy and a very passionate person in our mind here. The person in our mind is very passionate. He can be a person who gets beautiful words very easily, a lot dilbaz and a little bit. You know, he can be a beautiful looking person. Friends, he is very cunning. He may have even done some cunning things behind his back. He is like that too. I feel like he is like that in this opening, but the people around him are 1,000 times worse than him. He is also like that. He is a man who acts like that. He lies, cheats, ungratefulness, theft, and deceit. Look at what comes to your mind. Kilik ye see is not a good KP at all. He does things behind his back. There is such a situation. My friends, the person in our mind is like this. While he is someone who walks around with love, he is also someone who is prone to doing all kinds of tricks to get what he wants. Now, the person in our mind has broken a person's heart. He has turned his back and left. Look, he has broken the heart of someone who has worked hard for himself. He has worked hard for himself. He has valued him a lot. He has watched that person go like this for a moment. He said, let me run and stop him for a moment. but then he said, never mind, never mind. Because he is so much like that. He walks around like that. He says beautiful words, but he speaks beautifully. Empty behind a person in our mind wandering in silky energies, unfortunately. This is a separation card, 5 of talismans, and sometimes a bankruptcy card. Friends, he has learned all the foxness from the foxes around him as much as they are foxes, so there are people like this around him. Maybe there are people around me who will give records to the person in our mind related to work and material things. Friends, 5 of talismans is separation from bankruptcy and divorce card. This is it here. Where does the person in our mind lose the most? Do you know, friends, when I look at this opening from here, a person who gives too much and does not take life seriously. 5 of talismans. With a person who is prone to experiencing separation and bankruptcy. Friends, like this calf speaks like this. Does not take it too seriously, very easy, turns around and goes, but when he wants and fills the bottom with very nice words, whereas a person who fills the bottom in order to bind the person to himself. Very immature, very simple, like that. He makes movements, so actually in my eyes, even in this opening it fell. Friends, don't be angry. So this tarot character is a bit like this, you know. Friends, his character is a bit broken. Sorry, I'm saying it as it is, but really there are no good people around him. But I'm also very good in the comfort zone, while there is a person in our mind who says he also has insomnia at night. There are regret cards here. The biggest regret is sword. No matter how nice the texture of the bed is comfortable, what does the person cannot sleep because his conscience is not at ease. I chose a card on the Prince of Hearts. 2 people. I'm stuck between 2 situations. I'm indecisive. I can't see my way. He says, friends, look, I can't see my way. He says that's why the person in our mind is like this, very indecisive. I just said he's very immature. One of the energies is very immature, so he doesn't know what he's doing. Is that right? IK back and forth, IK back and forth. It is not clear what he is doing. Too much clever cunning, but look. Cunningness is another thing, being clever is another thing. A cunning person temporarily obtains something, but a clever person takes a permanent step, that is, he does something that is permanent and nothing comes out empty. And a goose person, as you know, such very different events. He makes words, phrases, manipulations to get out of something. He has created such situations himself. His personality, his character, I did not like it very much. I mean, I do not know here the person in the reflected energy. Yes. I chose a card on the Staff Prince, the 3 of Hearts. It turned out, my friends, from the 3 of Hearts, it means such a thing to celebrate. There are famous people. Sometimes I pull on the Cow Prince. I cannot help but say this, a very blind person who wanders in such energies. You know, one to him, one to him, one to him. A person who entertains his heart in different places. The person in our mind turned out. My friends, this is expressed in this way, let me say, because that card cannot be explained otherwise. Friends, already since the beginning of the opening he has been wanting influence energies, indecisive. Doesn't know what he wants to have. A K on his toast. Queen, I'll choose a K. Look what it came. Justice. If the person you had a spouse with a very blind body eating an apple from every tree that goes from her to her spouse will be abandoned by her spouse. There is a person in our mind is wanting in a cortex structure. Friends, this person, if he has a wife, He wants to separate from her officially like that. Yes. I drew a card on the sword texture. Look, the balance is disturbed, really regretful. His balance is disturbed, so there is a person in our mind who will say, I regret it very much. I wish I hadn't done it. I wish it hadn't been like this, and he has found his balance now. He knows best what he does, where he eats. He himself has something he never expected. There are things in his life. Look at this, I told you. The Eight of Wands here is not always communication, but it also tells about the events that develop one after another. Well, he is experiencing things he never expected, he says. I wouldn't expect this, so he was flirting a lot. He was saying nothing would happen to her, but it happens. Yes. I choose a card on the Nine of Hearts. Look. The SSUM cut came out. The reason he prefers the comfort zone is not to disturb my comfort at all. This is my place, whether I am happy or unhappy. I show myself like this even if I am unhappy, which is unhappy. And friends, Nine of Swords immediately went next to Nine of Hearts, so I am juggling financially. He feels balanced here. He says my balance won't be disturbed if you stay here, but still he is disturbed. Friends, still he is disturbed, just so that his comfort won't be disturbed. He stays in his comfort zone. How selfish, isn't he? Friends, how I say me first, he says. How delicate calculations are made. Yes, I choose a card on the Eight of Wands. Knight of the Kin came out. Friends, Knight of the Kin waits like this somewhere in the comfort zone. He waits for a long time. When he comes back strong. Now look, for a long time he has stood in his comfort zone because he is juggling like this so that his comfort won't be disturbed. There he may have thrown himself into some work. He may be dealing with some work, but no matter how much he deals with these things, he will regret it. In the meantime, he has done something and his balance has been disturbed, where he has tied his horse. Fixed third persons. If there is a spouse in his, her life, if there is a partner in his, her life, there is a common business, common living space, where we call it a family, company, friends. If it is in such a place, there again here the SSIM Knight did not appear in vain. Friends, here where she has tied his, her horse securely, there will be unexpected developments in his, her life. This shows this. Yes, I will choose a card on the Knight of Wands. Look at the Six of Wands. Look at the Great Wand of the Wand Knight, our card that comes on top of the Six of Wands, so it is the greatest victory card. She wants to achieve victory in something, and here he is very fast like this. The horse moves fast. Run. You know, there is a person in our mind who is running to something and trying to catch up, but there is an imbalance in his, her life. Here there is a complete sword duo in the center. Friends, if she suddenly comes across you with the Six of Balance, know that the person in our mind, what kind of event is he going through in his life? What kind of a situation is he in? What kind of a work environment is he in? Friends, look, there are many things going on behind his back. There is theft, there is lying, there is deceit, there is ingratitude, there is everything. If he manages to break through all of these, he can suddenly appear as if he has returned from war. Yes, let's see. Let's choose a card on the Seven of Swords. What is going on? I am very curious too. Did you wonder? But I don't. Isn't your energy is burning here? Yes, the card that came over the Seven of Swords. Soon Prince came. Friends, the person in your mind, an opportunity came to him financially. Look, an opportunity, a job, anything, i.e. But something he wants, an opportunity came, but that opportunity is also took from his hands, stole from him. Did not give him, and did things behind his back, because of the people who are doing things behind his back, because there are too many lying and deceitful things. Friends, this is the event here I mean. He has a materiality, he has a receivable from somewhere. Look here, days show top to bottom, same my eyes show, so you understand. Now look right in the middle, a justice card, let him make a duo and Kaysun Prince. So he has a receivable, he is doing more than one job. The person in the bullcat is doing more than one job, and he has a receivable, he cannot get it, and to get it he may be in just and fair justice. Related things, I mean, what is it? For example, he could be dealing with the courts because he could not get his receivable, but there are opportunities stolen from him, money opportunities. I am comfortable, he says, in the comfort zone. Actually, if he will buy 2 friends, there is a person in our mind who will agree to buy even one, I mean in that area he trusts. Look, there was also the Queen of Talisman. You see the Queen of Talisman here has power in her hands, and if she is going through a separation with this, the goods may be shared. She says that, I mean, I think she was cheated on a lot, the Soom Queen here, because here there is a 3 of Hearts. She had come upon the Prince of Wands, she learned that she was cheated on, and now there is a Soom Queen who wants to break up with her. Now she will agree. Okay, this is yours. I yawned. I don't know why this is also mine, she says, and she will agree whether she wants it or not. Friends, there is a separation if the person in your mind has someone in his life with whom he shares his life. Really, even if he is in a marriage, this person may have learned that he is cheated. Maybe make a choice. It was said by Tosin Sesi, he was told either he or I, here or there. If here too what he wanted, if it didn't happen, he also understood that it wouldn't happen. There may be a separation here, friends. Yes, I choose a K on the Quintet of Hearts. 10 of Hearts came out. Friends, couple, look what is there in Hearts. There is happiness. That is, there is a person in our mind who wants to leave someone and come towards a person he left in the past because in time. Look, the person here has driven the person who left here. Maybe you are friends, you have supported him both materially and spiritually a lot. You may have wanted to be a family knowing the person in his life, and you may have wanted to be a family. You may have wanted to be a family without knowing it. Sometimes some things are really hidden. You can believe this. Sometimes people really know, and sometimes they don't know. Friends, there has been a separation here, so that this separation ends. Look now, since the cards are overlapping like this, I am saying there really is a person in our mind who left someone and went to the other. Here now look at the cards like this. When I look at them, I will come with a tangible and visible offer. Yes, I will make a choice as you want and come, he says. But look, don't forget the 7 of Swords here. In fact, he doesn't make a choice. Be careful here to the other party. So if he is married, he leaves his wife. Friends, let's say he is not married. Maybe he says his wife, leave that side, come to us. That side leaves. So if he is a man here, women watch the most here. If he is a man, this person does not decide himself. Friends, so the person here, if he is married, I leave his wife. If the person says his wife, either him or me, maybe the other person, maybe you. Look, the people watching you leave, and it shows as if he did it. Follow accordingly, please. A separation is taking place, but since the separation that is taking place here is also related to justice, it seems to me as if he officially has a wife and is leaving her, and now whatever is left in his hand, they shared it. Jesus, you know, they say a little bit for me, a little bit for you. Friends, a share. If there was a divorce, he will do something from their friends. with whatever he feels like. Come and say let's be a family. Be happy, I want to be a family with you. We have a person in mind, but I have to warn you about something. It's like he wanted it, he did it. As if he left, he tells it like it is. Actually he is playing a duo just like this Toem duo. There is no such thing, friends, if he has a spouse too much. And it seems like he has been cheated on too much, because he has been caught up in lies and deceit. This person cannot digest being cheated on anymore, so he actually leaves his spouse. So it looks like this, huh? You know, if you say he wants her to leave him or she leaves him, as long as he comes to me, I will accept him anyway. We cannot interfere with anyone's private life. Everyone has their own life. But here they want to live the trophy, so they are stuck in too much material things. Their balance is disrupted. Maybe it's time made a choice and remained undecided. Two people caught between two situations, because here his face as I started to open. Let me put these papers aside. I told you. Here I turned his face and there with love. He approached her with love and beautiful words. He tried to gain her trust. He tried to make her believe that he loved her. In fact, he made his choice first. He made that choice, but the person he preferred left him because he couldn't forget you. The person also understood this, but in order to forget you, he went to other places and met with other people, and that person also understood this. So if you think he only knows you, you are wrong. The person knows his heart, friends. For this reason he is fed up and fed up. In other words, he threw it away. According to him, please accept and accept it, because your heart is broken too. You also support this person materially and spiritually, as if he comes, oh, I worked so hard. Was this? Was this so? You said I will live. Did you see this as appropriate? Why did you do this? And you turned around and left. Friends, he also regretted it a lot. Look, he also experienced regret. In other words, he had trouble at night, insomnia, balance disorders, and here look where he tied his horse tightly. Sim, where there is a night, there is an ek. You will receive news one after another. Both you will receive news and you will receive it directly from him. My friends, listen to him now. According to how he will explain it, he will experience something he never expected, i.e., the person in his life will leave him, friends, and he will be shocked, but then he will say that it was better this way. I was having a lot of trouble. Yes. This could be a marriage proposal, as well as it could be as if the person in our mind came out of a single letter from such a war. You know, I wanted it to happen. I want it happened as I wanted it to happen. I mean, maybe he tired the other side consciously. You know, I left him, but look, there are others pretending to flirt with others too. He tired them psychologically, you know. Maybe he wanted to let her go. Maybe this situation brought him himself, and that person left him. Friends, I mean, I felt the need to say this too. I have felt the need to say this since the beginning of this opening. A bit weird, this card's opening. I draw your attention where it will go. I was also wondering, but it won't be too much. Be careful, but he really believes that he will be happy with you. Here is the cup. The person from the past he wants to live with has been returning to you since the past. Yes, three people next to the person from the past. There is a person in our mind who returns. I took it and accepted it, and I say it happened. Friends, if I fit you with love, take it and accept it. Send the ones that don't fit to the universe. If you liked my videos, please press the like button. Subscribe. I would be very happy. See you in the next opening. Goodbye. Take care, friends.